Good afternoon, everybody. I want to do a journey today on an angel that I met on a personal journey. I'm going to go there to see what message they have he has for the world. And it's quite unique. I never came across an angel quite like this one. So I'm just going to close my eyes and I'm going to go into that journey state. When I'm visualizing myself spinning spiral energies, spirals all around me, and I'm just spinning and spinning. So what I need to do is I'm building up energy, but I'm building up energy, I'm actually releasing physical aspects so they don't need to bring with me. I need to leave these behind, and I'm spinning to build up, like it's almost like building up energy, like pushing a spring down in a way, or winding a spring up. I'm letting go of everything I do not need on this journey. I place it aside. And I burst up, straight up into space and into a nebula. Bright colors. And then you land on a space that it's like lava lamps on both sides. And it's very unique and very bright colors, and it releases a walkway that's made out of crystal. And the lava lamps are coming up like this. Not the lava lamps, the lava energy. It looks like lava lamps. It's like big, like kind of like that type of way the wavy energy is coming up like this, and kind of like big, kind of like spheres, but they're very elongated and just like a lava lamp in a sense. And it's moving like this, and I'm walking down the center, and the actual energy parts so allows me to walk. And everything is getting brighter and brighter and brighter. Till it gets so bright you can't see anything. When the light dims down, I go to the same place I did earlier, and I go into the middle of a field that's super vibrant and full of energy. And I just meditate here, and I close my eyes. It's a little bit different than the last time. It never is exactly the same. You don't necessarily have to go through all the steps that you did originally. But I still have to go through these steps. So I go to the middle of the field and I close my eyes, and I shoot straight up into the air again. This time I go somewhere else. It shoots me to a completely different area. I shoot past where I was before, and this angel is beside me. And it takes a hold of me and spins really fast with me. And I'm spinning like this in a way. And he's got his arms around me, and we're spinning. I'm allowing this to happen. I don't try to fight it or anything else. He spreads his wings out and it covers practically the whole sky. But the wings are like electrical light energy, but with no... It's not electricity though. It's not as... You know how electricity is really defined and crooked and shaped, and this is the same thing, but it's not defined edges. It's just very bright lights that are like laser lights more than electricity. And it shoots down towards the earth. And as these electrical currents, which I like to call them because it's just easier to visualize in that way, but they're actually more like laser lights that go down to the earth. And they're like they're drawing something on the earth itself, like a glyph. It's writing, but it's glyphs. And it's like on the atmosphere, and then the atmosphere glows red. And then fades into normal color. I ask him why the glyphs and why everything turned red. He says the world's not ready yet. He said. Ready for what? It's almost like for me to return, to come back to that place. It's like he's not coming back yet. But he does this to test the earth to see if it's ready for him to return. I'm not sure I've never came across this angel before. And so I asked him what it would take for you to return. And he tells me to look at the glyph energy. And it's like, it like reads the heart of the world, the energy of the world. And if it hits a certain level of peace and love, that he will return. But he's waiting, and he does this almost like on a daily basis, just to check. And he does this to multiple worlds. He checks the worlds to see if they're ready for him to return. And when he returns, it's like he comes down like a huge, massive bird that pulls the earth energy away from the earth and brings it somewhat to another existence, another plane of existence. I had a journey like this before, and this is very, very, very similar to that message. And is there anybody else like him in the sense? Then he's a very unique angel. If he's an angel at all. Because I've never seen anything quite like him before. He's very quiet, subdued, but extremely powerful. It's kind of hard to explain. Because if he gets you in his grasp, it's like you cannot move. But he did that earlier, but then I didn't. I basically allowed myself to get out of that, and he doesn't seem to go back to that way of communicating anymore. It's almost like it's a test for a person to see whether or not. He says, or is not worthy is not the right word. Ready. If a person is ready for him to talk to communicate through. He tests people's spirit. He tests people's courage. He tests people's, in general, the meaning of why they're there. So his what he does is he measures the love energy of an individual. But not just love, it's also courage, it's also intention. What is your intention here? Why do you want to speak to me? And is the earth ready for me to return to help them awaken into a different state of being? That's what this angel's like. And he says the world isn't ready yet. But he checks it like on a daily basis. And I keep repeating myself, but this is what this angel is trying to say to people, is that in order to be awakened, you have to be able to meet his standard, or the standard of awakening. It's kind of really dulled down, but it's this very simple message of we need to really bring ourselves into balance to bring ourselves up to this level. I said, this message is very similar to the one I already spoken. Is there anything else you wish to say to people? Speak to them. So he actually comes down as a man with a cane. And he walks around. And what happens if I appeared in this form? I mean, then he appears as a young woman. Then he appears as a child. Like, there's so many different versions of himself that he shows everyone. Which one would I be taken more seriously? Which one would people listen to me the most? Which one would I be mostly accepted? See, this is the problem. He says, because he said he should be able to come in any form and people take him seriously. People listen. But that's not the case, is it? A child can be taken seriously. An old woman, an old man, a teenager, young adult, male or female. It doesn't matter. It's like any specific person should be taken seriously, should be listened if they have something important to say. Listen to your children, he says. Listen to your kids. Listen to your mother, your grandparents, your father. Listen to each other. Listen to yourself. Listen to the voice within yourself. You don't listen to yourselves and to what's going on around you. You walk around with headphones on, is like he's describing it, and you don't pay attention to what's going on around you, to what is happening to the world. Why aren't you paying attention to what is happening in the world? And why don't you do anything about it? You always say you don't have no power. You always say that you have no ability to change anything. But every single person on this earth has the power to make change. You have to awaken in a fire within yourself. Awaken the flames, the light, the heart within yourselves. Allow yourself to speak what is inside your heart, not what somebody else says for you to say, but speak from your own heart. Speak from your own heart. And the energy is very, very intense here. It's almost to the point where it's making me shake. Because the intensity is overwhelming with this angel. And he just wants people to realize the simplicity of change. Not the complexity of illusion. The simplicity. It is simple. But we make it so complicated. Change does not have to be complicated. It could be simply making the choice, holding people accountable for their choices. If your governments choose to go down a route that is against what the masses want, then come together to change that. It does not have to be destructive. It could be simply holding everyone accountable for their actions. Hold yourself accountable for what you say and what you do. Hold yourselves accountable. That could simply be that when you make a mistake, you simply state that you made a mistake. It's helping one another. It is working together as a community, as a world community. The borders are an illusion. They are a test. They are meant to cause people to have to think outside the box, to look at everyone as themselves, even though they are different. The languages are there to confuse, to make people have to work. But we are a global community. We have the ability to communicate almost anywhere in the world with one language, but we still choose not to communicate properly. We still do not choose to help one another. We still do not choose love. We choose whatever the governments want us to believe. The corporations, they want us to believe all this stuff, but none of it is real. It is all an illusion. It is not the truth. Why does the world always hide from the truth? There is no difference in any single soul on this world. There's no difference from any person, male, female, whatever religion, whatever color. It is an illusion, and you are all failing that illusion. You want me to return to bring you to a higher state of being, then stop acting like children. Stop acting like people that have no minds, have no hearts. Stop acting like robots, doing things every day that make no sense. And then complain about everything, not willing to stand up for what is your right, what is the truth, what is in your own hearts. He is intense. Oh my God, he's intense. It's very intense energy. It's not meant to, it's not hate, it's not frustration. It's just, it needs to be said in that way. It needs to be revealed to the world in this way, because the world isn't listening. And he, every single day, he looks at the world and he tries and he wonders and he hopes that someday he will be able to bring us to a different state of being. Bring us to a different level. Just taking a minute to separate. Thank you very much, everyone. That's all I'm going to say, because I think it's self-explanatory. I don't have to keep repeating. I repeated a lot of things in that journey. And the main message is that it comes back to love, respect, working together as a family, as a group, as a world. Why is that so hard? Why does it have to be so hard? But the idea that he's stating that it is all an illusion, it's not hard at all. We just have to make that choice. We have to let go of the hate, let go of the anger, let go of the frustration, and understand that we're all connected, we're all one. The spirits see this, but we do not at the level that we need to. Thank you very much, everyone, and have a wonderful evening. If you wish to do a journey with me, you can visit my website at amonrossawakening.com. I have a couple of Northern Light pages at josephbradleyauroras.com and hiddenauroraspirits.com. Thank you very much, everyone. Again, have a great evening.